Yes, guys, welcome back to another stream. It's another episode of LB and Daps. Hopefully, you guys are all doing well. Smash these likes up on the way in. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel as well. And by the way, when you get in the stream, yeah, there's a live poll running in the live chat. Yeah, do you want Semenyo at City? 65 million in January. Vote yes or no. I want to see what people are saying. If you're watching back on the replay, just whack it in the comments. Semenyo yes or Semenyo. Yeah, put it in the chat. Big up to AK as well. Big up to you, bro. I appreciate it, man. For becoming a channel member. Link is the pinned comment in the chat if you want to become a member, man. Big up to you guys. But yeah, more news on Semenyo to Manchester City coming out today. We've already had quite a number of journalists speaking about this, and it's picking up pace. This morning, Rob Dorsett at Sky Sports News, as well as Lyle Thomas, another editor at Sky, has said Manchester City are keeping close tabs on developments with Antoine Semenyo, who obviously scored last night against United. Great goal, to be fair. Some insiders now believe Manchester City are the strongest contenders for his signature. United, Tottenham, and Liverpool, though, are apparently all still interested. That's Semenyo, man. What are you saying?
Did you just say United in that list?
United are apparently interested in him as well. Did you watch him last night, by the way?
I watched the first half. Second half, I was kind of, because it's my daughter's birthday today. It's a happy birthday to my daughter. But I had to be up at like 6:30 to get round to her house to wish her happy birthday and that. So I went bed early. But I can't lie, bro. Living in a house with Cass, where he's doing a watch long, yeah, that second half, bro. Yeah, bro. I honestly, like, I had to keep putting my TV on to see what the score was, because, like, I heard Cass, like, I think he was running around the kitchen doing knee slides, and then I turn on the TV and I see that fucking Bournemouth have equalised again. This is mad.
It was a fucking great game, to be fair.
Yeah, I heard. And the first half was okay. Second half was mad. But shout out to the chat, by the way. Your chat's elite, you know. I like your chat.
Oh, come on, man.
I like your chat. Your chat's proper. I love how they're still on at you for being late every single time, even though it's just a known thing that LB is late. But they still give you a hard time every show.
I mean, I can give you actually the genuine reason, was actually I was coming back from the gym and I got stuck on the motorway. The motorway was fucking just standstill traffic, bro. Yeah. But the chat don't care about my excuses in it, so that's why I kind of just give up.
Why did you go out? You shouldn't have fucking gone out.
Yeah, why are you touching grass, bro? Like the people don't care about the genuine reason, so yeah. I just go live and just get on with it now. I used to try and explain to the chat why I'm late, but they don't care.
Yeah, now they don't. No problem. They don't. The chat are ruthless, but you know what? I feel like this chat's a little bit ruthless because they're City fans, so they give us a bit of a touch for being City fans. But apart from that, but yeah, right. So let's talk about Semenyo. Right. So with Semenyo and Guehi, I would take both of them, right? But for me, Semenyo is not a starter at City.
Oh, okay. And are you saying that based on the current players?
Yes.
Or you say so you don't think he would get in? Okay.
Right. So let me expand on that. I'm not saying that he comes in to be a Calvin Phillips, right? I'm saying he is not a best 11 start for me. For me, right, our best 11, like, because we all want Foden and Cherki to exist, right? And for Foden and Cherki to exist, one of those is having to play in the kind of false winger role, right? I think Doku has done enough for me this season to be a starter on the left. That doesn't mean I'm saying I don't want him. And please, everyone, be clear. Like, even if, bro, someone's saying he does if Foden plays the 8. No, because Foden's kind of playing in an advanced state already, right? I don't believe that in a Pep world, there is no way for me that we are playing Doku, Semenyo, Haaland, Cherki, and Foden, right? And it's dangerous. Now, let me be clear. I still want Semenyo. I'm not saying I don't want him. My concern is that when we go and we have to present to the player, and I just think that for us, Semenyo is going to know that he's not a guaranteed starter at City, whereas at some clubs he will be a guaranteed starter. And that's my one. Let me repeat it again. I want Semenyo. I think there is better out there, but I wouldn't be mad if we went and got Semenyo. I just don't know if we are going to be front runners.
Yeah, nah, I hear what you're saying. For me, right, I'm looking at this, right, and I'm looking at this signing, yeah, of Semenyo if we get him. And again, if you're just joining the stream, yeah, because I've just had an influx of viewers. If you just joined the stream, Sky Sports are now saying City are the front runners to sign Semenyo, right? So the way I view this potential signing is I'm looking at this at the same time as looking at either Semenyo or Bob leaving in January, and probably going to be Bob on a loan deal. Yeah, I think Bob's probably going to leave on a loan deal. So when I see Bob leaving on a loan deal, I think at that point we probably do need another player, and I look at bringing in Semenyo for Manchester City. Now, do I look at Semenyo? Yeah, and to be honest with you, I don't think he played amazing last night. Yeah, but the goal was a really nice goal. But is that not what we've been asking for from our wingers? Is that not what we've been moaning at for the last 2 years? We've been looking at players like Bob. We've been looking at players like Semenyo and even Doku over the last couple of years and going, oh, nice players, techie ballers, but they never actually score goals. And then you look at Semenyo, last night didn't play particularly well, but scores a goal. And you know what? It's quite funny, really, because after the game, I went on Twitter and I put a tweet out and basically said, great goal by Semenyo. Didn't think he played that well. Not sure what I'm thinking right now. What are you guys thinking? And a guy responded, and it was a great point. And he basically said, I'm paraphrasing it because I got the tweet, but he basically said, LB, we've been asking for players on the wings to score goals, and the first thing you've done is when the guy scored a goal is say he didn't play that well.
You want him to be aesthetically pleasing,
bro. And I sat there, I sat there reading the guy's response, and I was like, "This guy's spot on, man. I've been asking for 2 years, and it's weird how the mind works. How you just go to the negative sometimes, and I accept that's what I did last time. But the thing is, with Semenyo, I do have a couple of problems in terms of not sure is. I thought yesterday when he looked most dangerous was when he picked up the ball in space in the midfield. But we don't have that space. So I'm thinking, how is he going to be in Manchester City's team, when he's not got that space? However, positives, the finish was unbelievable. It was such a good finish. He was so composed. He picked up the ball. He's going for a goal. He takes a look at the goal, looks at the ball, takes one more look at the goal and slots it right into the bottom corner.
Yeah, someone said he was a Sane driller.
It was nice, bro. The other thing that I really like as well is this guy's power. He is so strong and so powerful as a player, bro. I think that is going to really suit us, to be honest with
you. See, for me, like anyone that I really want to make this clear what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I wouldn't take Semenyo. 100% I would, right? Is Semenyo better than Semenyo and better than Bob? For me, I mean, Bob, unfortunately, I had high hopes of him. At the moment, he looks too weak for me. So I would take him over Savio and Bob, 100%. I'm trying to think of a world where we could get, and people are saying Cherky in the 10, Foden in the 8. I mean, maybe with Rodri, that could happen. Rodri 6, Foden 8, Cherky 10. And I do also hear that if we were to go to him, we would be saying, look, you're not going to be the first name on the team sheet, but you are going to be getting plenty of game time, and we are going to be competing for the Premier League if we're going in for. Is this January, by the way, or is it summer?
No, I think this is going to be January.
65 million. Well, even more so, I can't lie to you. The thought of having a play like that coming in hungry in January, that could be a massive boost to us in a title push.
100%.
Really massive.
The thing is for me, is that like we don't have to look at all these players and try and get them all on the pitch at once. What we need to do, in my opinion, is build that attacking depth up again, because we have the depth at the moment. The problem that we have is we don't really rate the depth. You know, I mean, as fans, we don't really rate the depth. You know, we're looking at Bob. Not really doing it for us. Looking at Semenyo, not really doing it for us. We've got the players. We've got the players there. We've got Marmoush, but he's not getting any game time. The players are there. The depth is not the problem. The problem is, do we actually trust these players? So for me, I'm looking at this and going, right, loan Bob out in January. There was rumours yesterday.
By the way.
Bob's got to be gone. There was rumours yesterday coming out. I don't think I spoke about it yesterday, but there's rumours yesterday coming out that Bob's going to Palace on a loan deal. I think Bob can leave on a loan deal. You bring in Semenyo. I think that attack there, Doku, Marmoush, Semenyo, Savio, Cherky, Foden, Haaland, I think that gets you, I think that gets you through to the end of the season. Then when you get to the end of the season, you make a decision on Bob based off his loan. Has he smashed it? Do we give him another chance? Yes or no? If you know, you sell him. You make a decision on Savio. Yeah, he's got 6 months now. Do you keep him or do you not? If you move Savio on, I think then you've got an opportunity to bring in another winger. And then next season, you could potentially go into the season with Doku, Marmoush, Semenyo, another winger, Cherky, Foden, Haaland. So that's how I think we should play it, to be honest with you. But I do think that we need another winger this January. Yeah. I don't think we've got enough. And just to let everybody know, just because I know not everyone's on Twitter and that, Doku is injured. He's out for 3 weeks.
3 weeks,
Well, it's not as bad
means he's going to be out for Brentford, West Ham. He's going to be out for Forest, and he's going to be out for Sunderland, and then potentially the FA Cup game as well. It's not. I mean, it's not as bad.
Not that bad. Hopefully, he's going to be back for the Chelsea game. That's when we want him back.
I do think at the start of the Sunderland game, we were missing him a little bit. I do think for me, what I like about Doku is, and this is where probably Semenyo is similar, is that if they're given the freedom to pick up the ball in midfield, they drive with the ball and they don't just fucking drop to the floor. Right? They're strong. And they advance that ball. Like, I think, and from what I'm being told as well, obviously, I don't watch Semenyo every game, is that Semenyo works his arse off and tracks back well, wins the ball back, and presses well. So, look, I think he would, if I deep it, I think him coming in January would be a massive for a title push, isn't it? It means we've just got that extra depth a little bit.
I think it could be the difference between us winning the league and not winning the league. And that makes it sound like I'm saying Semenyo's this fucking mint player. Yeah. Well, I think he's a good player. I'm not saying he's like Messi, mate, when I say that. The point that I'm making is I think that, Doku's gone down. And I'm all of a sudden thinking, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
What's he going to do? Bob or Semenyo? And these guys are not really performing for us at the moment.
He played on the left on... hold on, who played on the left against Palace?
Palace, it was...
must have been Gonzalez getting... Yeah, it must have been Gonzalez going forward. It must have been Gonzalez.
Yeah,
and then we had Foden?
Yeah, Foden. It was like Foden and Cherky. Yeah. And then Ryan just kind of played as a striker a little bit, and then O'Reilly was getting forward down the line as well.
Yeah. And I mean, that worked. Look, that did work. But, for me, I do think at times we will miss Doku.
The thing is as well, bro, the Semenyo guy can play anywhere on that front line.
Yeah.
And people go, oh, well, actually, that, Marmoush can do that. No, Marmoush can't do that. We already seen last season when Pep played Marmoush right wing that he wasn't very good, And there's even an argument that he can't even play on the left wing. We've had that conversation before.
Marmoush is a second striker, innit? Marmoush is someone that you can't, I hate to say it, but Marmoush, you seem like you have to play 4-4-2 to fit Marmoush into this team.
I think bringing in Semenyo is going to be like, I think it's going to be like a top signing in terms of that depth that we can. I think it will minimize like injury impacts to the side. Yeah, look at these stats here, Daps. Yeah, I don't know if you can see this on the screen, bro. I'll bring it up now. Yeah, let me just get rid of this on screen. This is his Bournemouth games, right? So look at these numbers here, bro. Look at it. Right wing. Oh,
fucking hell.
Right wing, left wing.
Yeah, very equal, bro. That's what we need, man, as well, though. Look at those numbers, bro. Look at the goals. Look at those goals.
Look at them, man.
Fucking hell, yeah. What's that?
And the guy's composed. Like the finish last night, bro, was so composed. You seen the goal last night, didn't you?
27 goals. That's 27 goals, I think, I counted just then. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
The finish was fucking mega, mate. And you are right. You know what, as well, right? He does work very hard defensively. I caught that last night. The amount of times he was getting back in defensive area.
Yeah. Is that LB gone or me gone? I reckon it's me gone. Back. You're back. I don't know who that was, but...
No, I think it was me. My internet's been playing up a bit weird. Do I think this is a player that can go on to be like a genuine top world-class player? Nah, to be honest with you, I don't really see him becoming like a genuine top world-class player.
Let me ask you a question. Do you see Doku could go on to be that? Could Doku go on to be a world-class?
Funny enough, I've always said Doku can. I think Doku's got potential to be the best winger in the world. I've said that since day one.
Potential, innit?
Yeah, because the way he goes past players, Doku, is like no player in the world.
Yeah, I've never seen it before in my whole time, bro.
Jeremy Doku has genuine potential to be the best winger in world football if he can like dial in that numbers a little bit. Yeah. So yeah, genuinely. Do I think Semenyo's got that? Don't see it at the moment. Yeah, but I think he can become a top player, and we need more top players. And again, it's another Premier League proven player. Yeah, and for me as well, right? If you look at his, so I just showed you the stats there, Daps, yeah, on his positions, right? But take a look at this, mate, as well. Look at the growth there in his sort of like numbers in terms of this is just Premier League, bro. Yeah. So his first Premier League stint. This is his first year in the Premier League. Yeah, 8 goals, 3 assists. Then the year after, progress. He's getting better. 11 goals, 6 assists. The third season in the Premier League,
he's on to do better.
He's getting even better again.
What you're
this
saying.
Is like, bro. Yeah, you've seen a player year on year getting better and better and better. Yet people are saying they don't want him. Why?
Yeah, I can't.
If he continues this trajectory next season, he's going to hit 20 goals.
Now, this is the thing, right? So we're going to be going, and this is where I start thinking about, okay, how are we going to sell ourselves? Now, I get it. We've got Pep Guardiola, firstly, not Arne Slot, which I think is probably an advantage when you're trying to negotiate with a player. We're currently in a title race. If he's coming in January, we can hit him straight up with, listen, you might win a Premier League in the next 6 months if you join us. We'll pay him right. I guess the only thing is, are you happy to be part of...
It's a funny comment. Just because he doesn't have tech.
Yeah. Bro, that's true, though. That is true. Yeah, we're in a title race. Liverpool aren't exactly that. I think the only thing is at Liverpool, I guess Liverpool can say, look, you're going to be our first choice right winger. And
that's only if Salah leaves.
Yeah,
he might not leave in January. I don't know what he's going to do in January. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Bruno might not leave United in January as well, but I think both of them are probably nailed on right now, bro. Yeah. Bro, I can't lie. There was something you said in all of that, and I know we're still talking Semenyo, but there was something you just said in that about Bob moving to Crystal Palace on loan, right? And I've also seen Ake talk as well to Crystal Palace, bro. Which, do you know what this just tells me? It just tells me that our lines of communication with Crystal Palace are very much open.
Yeah.
Right? And that's where you can start thinking why there's reports about Guehi.
Well, there's no smoke without fire, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And it's very interesting, how yesterday we had news of Bob potentially going to Palace on a loan deal. And then we start getting...
good point with Wharton people, yeah.
Yeah, and then we start getting the Semenyo news at the same time. It's almost as if City are saying, right, let's start this. We need to get rid of a player because we've got too many players, so we need to loan a player out. Oh, the Bob news drops. And on the same day, the Semenyo news drops. And then the day after, we get even more news about Semenyo. Do you know what I mean? It's like, no, again, it's all rumours at the moment, but it's like, you got to connect the dots sometimes. I do think something's going on here. And to be honest with you, I think Pep will be asking Viana for a signing in January. And yes, we have had that Diamande talk as well, bro. But I think for me, I don't think Pep wants these mad young players. I think Pep's looking for more experience.
I think where Pep is right now is Pep's probably... Do you know what? I'll hold tight. I think his name's... is it Lewis, right? Who's on Ramble. And I saw him say the other day that City right now are in a better position in the title race than we have been a lot of times. And he's not actually wrong, right? Pep could be going to Viana and saying, listen, we are close. We could really be on a 1 season off and we're back to it, right? But you've got to go and get me reinforcements. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. Because maybe at the moment we've probably this season been, I'm just trying to think, we've probably been quite lucky with injuries so far this season. Would you say? We've had the Rodri one, but apart from that...
No, I think we've been very fortunate with the injuries. It's just really frustrating that this Jeremy Doku injury has come at literally the worst possible time of the season.
Just as Marmoush and Aït-Nouri, who both play on the left.
Which is why I was saying this a month ago, bro. I was saying, don't play Doku in the lead up to the AFCON. Spam Marmoush out because if Doku gets injured when Marmoush is at the AFCON, you could be cooked. And obviously we didn't. I know he's got injured, but that is where it's at. Listen, let me go through some of these chats. Guys, smash these likes up on the way in. If you have just joined, we just talking transfers at the moment. Semenyo to Manchester City is now being being heavily linked again with Sky Sports News saying City are leading the race for his signature. There is a live poll in the chat. Do you want City to sign Semenyo? £65 million is his release clause. If you're watching the video back on replay, let me know in the comment section down below, man.
That's a no, 65 million as well, by the way.
65 million release clause, they're saying. There is some rumours going around that you have to activate that within the first 10 days of January. So City will have to be quick. But
bro, imagine.
No problems for me.
Oi, where are Spurs? Oi, Spurs. You don't need to offer 70, yeah?
Yeah.
Just offer 65. We'll take 65 for Savio. In fact, you know what? I'd probably take 30, but we'll take 65 for Savio, right? And then imagine you could get Semenyo for Savio. That'd be mint.
You could do. Yeah, you might be able to do it. Let's have a look at some of these chats, man.
Sorry, one last question on Savio. If the keeper didn't bring him down at the weekend, did Savio score that?
Well, he has an open net if the keeper doesn't bring him down.
I didn't ask you that, Paul.
Are you asking me, does he score from the open net when he takes the ball around the goalkeeper?
Look, he's got around the keeper. There was a player there as well. Does he score that? Simple question.
I'm going to back that Savio can score an open net, yeah? I'm going to back that he can score a shot from an open net. But yeah, anyway, let's have a look at these chats, man. Big up AK again before for becoming a member, bro. Big up to you, bro. Appreciate it, man. Big up to LB, who says Semenyo would play a lot of games. We can't spam Doku. This is facts. You know what? I actually think this is going under the radar a little bit in terms of Jeremy Doku's injuries, yeah? You've got to look at the player, right? You've got to look at his build. He's a very muscly type of player, yeah? He reminds me a lot of Reece James in that he's like quite a small guy with a lot of like muscle. And this guy, yeah, is only 23 years old. He's had a hamstring injury in 2021. He's had 2 knee injuries in 2021. He's had another hamstring injury in 22. He's had a calf injury in 22. He had another muscle injury in 22. He had a leg injury in 22. He had a hamstring injury in 23. Another muscle injury in 23. He had a knock in 24. A hamstring injury in 24. An unknown injury at the beginning of the year. And now he's got another leg injury. I'm telling you now, yeah, you need to be careful with Jeremy Doku because he relies on that pace. He relies on that explosiveness power. And if he loses that due to injuries, a lot of his game is going to be gone. So Manchester City have to be careful with Jeremy Doku. You cannot allow this guy to keep racking up these injuries because if he loses any of that little acceleration, yeah, which can happen with injuries, then he's gonna struggle. So we need to. I agree. I think that's another reason why we need another player because you can't be spamming him out, man. 100%, bro. Good comment, man. Big up LB again says Semenyo should have had 2 assists yesterday as well. Big up Bevel says get him and can be used for Carabao and FA Cups. He's holding bench if Cherky's playing right wing. Yeah, maybe, but there will also be games though as well, Bevel. Yeah, I'll message you. I'm going to do a stream tonight if you're about. I don't know if you're about, but there's also will be games where Pep Guardiola will want to play a touchline winger on the right rather than Cherky. There will be games where that will be the case. You know what I mean? So there will be games where he'll play Semenyo over Cherky, and there'll be games where he'll play Semenyo on the left instead of Doku because Doku needs to be rested. So to be honest with you, yeah, I just think that there's going to be loads of game time for him. There's going to be loads of minutes for him about at this team. So I'll message you a bit, Bevo. I don't know if you.
Well, shout out Bevo. Whenever I see his name, though, all I can think of is that guy on.
Bevo.
I'm thinking LB doing a stream with him would be mad.
Yeah. Big up LB says Mafuni, Heskey, Makasa expected to start tomorrow. I will touch on that at the end of the stream. Ooh. Yeah, I'll touch on that in a bit. Big up. Adol says Pep said Trafford is not leaving, so go look at the comments today. He said some stuff about transfers. Semenyo would bang for us. We need him on that right wing. So Adol is a big fan. Yeah, I'm gonna have a look at the comments in a minute, bro. Big up to you. Big up to Johnny, 27-month member, man. Appreciate the support, lad. That's mad. He says, definitely need the goals off the wing badly. If Pep likes him, bring him in ASAP. Hopefully he can cope with the pressure of the City shirt, says Johnny. You know what? That's one thing that I don't really know about this guy because obviously I'm not really watching Bournemouth a lot. So I don't really know what his sort of like persona's like. Is he a chiller? Is he a Ryan Cherky, Nico O'Reilly chiller where he doesn't care? Or is he a bit like, does he get stressed a lot? Does he... I don't know because I'm not really watching him a lot. So I mean,
yesterday, bro. Yesterday, he tried to grab hold of a Man United player by his neck. So he's definitely not chill.
By the way, yeah, I got to say, yeah, that was a nasty challenge by Dalot. And I've seen a lot of people today speaking about them. So, and you see that, you know what used to do that a lot, bro? Harry Kane.
He did. Well, Cass said the exact name yesterday. He said that was Harry Kane-esque. Harry Kane used to get away with it all the time.
And it's dangerous, man. It's dangerous. Yeah, and Harry Kane used to get away with it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think the FA and like whoever runs football and that, I think they need to look into stuff like that, yeah, because on a real, I think that's dangerous, man. And no wonder the guy was going to knock him out, because that, honestly, bro, like, I seen someone tweet yesterday and it's right. One day someone's going to snap the neck.
Yeah, facts.
Someone's going to do that to a player, and they're going to fall.
Oh, and they do all the stuff with head injuries.
Snap the neck. Or whatever.
Yeah, and they do all the stuff with head injuries. You go down with a head injury, and you know the game has to stop. Bro, they have to look at that as well, because you're right. Someone could break their neck.
Nah, facts. Big up Bevo says, Daps, see if we can get a range for Misfits. Bevo be Bevo. I'll sort them Nashes right out for him. Sweet LB should be good for it. Yeah, I'll message you in a bit, Bevo, man.
So you're going for Misfits and not OF, yeah? Okay, I hear it.
Nah, fuck off, man. And big up Vic as well, man. Big up Vic. Big up for becoming a member. Legend. Right, well, that's Semenyo. We've also been linked with Mark Guehi. I think this is a more difficult one than the Semenyo deal, because you spoke about before about Semenyo coming into Manchester City and he's not going to walk straight into the first team.
Yeah.
And I agree, but I think there's still going to be a lot of minutes on offer for Semenyo because of the reasons I've just given you. Mark Guehi, same situation. He's not going to come in and I don't think he's going to walk into the first team. However, there's quite a lot of people that think he will, but I think there's going to be less minutes on offer. Where are you at with Mark Guehi? Do you like the player to start off with?
Yeah, I like the player. I think he's a consistent defender. I think he's actually probably over, difficult because I'm not going to act like I watch Palace every single week, right? But from if he's having stinkers, you would hear about it. He's been very consistent and solid, quite reliable, right? But this is exactly what I said before on Never a Foul about an hour ago. I said the thing is with Guehi is that if he goes to Liverpool, and Guehi's a summer move, right? That's not a January one. He ain't going nowhere in January.
Well, the actual article says, right, that Palace are. It said they have conceded that they're not keeping him and that they are open to getting a fee for him in January.
So
I think they want to sell him in January.
They would like to sell him in January, but if I'm right, so let's look at January as a perfect example. If it's January, I think it's even more difficult for us to get him, because if it's January, then he's still got probably 4 months till the England squad for the World Cup is picked. Yeah, Tuchel has said that you have to be playing, right? Like he said about Foden, you have to be playing for your team now. If he goes to Liverpool, I think there's far more of a chance of him being a starter than there is at City, right? Because Konate has been absolutely trashed this season. At City, Vardy and Diaz have both been good this season. Like, I know there's some people that aren't too sure on Diaz, but we've all got to be honest with ourselves. This season, Diaz is getting back to his best. Of the two, Vardy and Diaz, this season, Diaz has been the better of the two. So, again, people are saying swap with Ake, but Ake's not a starter. And this is my whole thing. Again, would I take Guehi? Absolutely. Do I think it would be tricky to get him in January? I do, because he's got to think game time, so I nail on that England place. If he comes to City and doesn't really feature too tough for the rest of the season, I don't know if, but at the same time, and the other thing is, you've got to think, if I'm Guehi, I would be chilling at Palace, knowing I'm starting every week and knowing that in the summer I'm going to the World Cup, but also knowing that playing for England in the World Cup and then being able to go on a free, he is getting a serious signing on fee somewhere.
I know, but right. So I hear all that, but at the same time, right, you're also playing a risky game, bro, right? Because people don't want to hear it, but if he decides to do that, what about if he does his ACL? What about if he breaks his leg? All right, rare, not likely to happen. But if he decides to play that game which is more than entitled to do, and other players have done it before. Mbappe and that's done it, yeah. But there are risks associated with that.
Sorry, this comment here. No disrespect to whoever wrote it. Get Guehi and use Vardio in midfield. What?
Oh, this guy, yeah.
What? Bro, why would Vardio in midfield? Are you having that, LB? What?
I don't know. I feel like this guy might be a rage baiter, bro. I feel like he was
right.
in the
Okay.
last week and he was
right. Okay.
me. I think he rage baited me last week.
But you know, it's one of them mad ones where because I'll be honest with you, I don't like I had someone say to me, move Vardio back out to the left and play O'Reilly in midfield. I'm sorry, but I'll be honest with you. I don't hear the O'Reilly in midfield thing anymore. I just think O'Reilly's so good as a left back. Just leave him be. Why this constant trying to push him into midfield? And same with Vardio. I kind of a bit with Stones when people used to be, Stones can do a job there. But if he's looking good as a centre back, why do you want to move him into a role that is not his role? So, but maybe he was trying to rage bait me. It definitely worked. So well done.
But that's what I've been saying a lot recently. Is like I'm hearing a lot of suggestions, right, about moving players who are playing really well.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I'm hearing like,
I don't like it.
LB, what about if you put Doku right wing and Bob on the left because Bob Cook's on the left? What about if you put Nico O'Reilly in midfield? And I'm like, I ain't sitting here for 2 years watching for these players to develop and then move them just to facilitate some other guy.
He's put to rotate Nico G, no rage bait. I can't lie. Just fuck it. Yeah, let's just try Vardio in the
Nico
DM
G is fucked though, by the way.
Yeah, bro. You know what? I've got 100%. To say, at the weekend against Palace, look, I'm here for the Nico G. I am here for the Nico G glaze, 100% this season. The fact that he's come in and we've got to a point where we are without Rodri, I've got to give nothing but respect to Nico G. But at the weekend against Palace, he gave the ball away a few times, holding onto the ball for a bit too long. And I still think he does need to kind of work on that a little bit. But and to be fair, people are right. He does need a rest because, without Kovacic, Reinders, I think we all know that Reinders can't do that role. And despite Steve's suggestion of bringing back Calvin Phillips,
I seen that. I was watching his reaction video. I was like, "Fucking hell, Steve, man! What are you suggesting here, mate?" Yeah,
bro. The best one I had. I can't remember where we were. We were on it might have been Paris. It might have been Paris in January, right? And he goes to me, but it was one of the European aways, and he goes to me, and I'm pretty certain it was last season when we only had Haaland. He said, "Do you know what I'd be doing right now? I'd be going to Balotelli." Right, and I'd be saying, because Balotelli had no club at the time, and he said, and I'd be saying, "You know what?" Because he goes, "We know Balotelli's a finisher. Let's bring back Balotelli." And I'm like, risky, Steve. But
that's worse than my Dzeko shout, bro. I'm a be real with you.
Oi, Dzeko, bro. I hear the Dzeko one.
Yeah,
I think he'd be a bit off the pace, but yeah. So back to Guehi. Look, I think he's a quality defender. It's interesting that would be a January one. So Semenyo, you know what? I tell you what, if we go in for Guehi and Semenyo in January, then we're cooking,
I think so as well.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest with you, I think my chest is getting pumped up, bro. Yeah, I'll be real with you because I'm looking at this team now, and I think we're at the start of the cooking. Yeah. We've saying this whole thing for all season. Pretty much everyone's been saying that we all think at some point this team's going to start playing really well, but we just don't know when, and we don't know whether it's going to be too late. I think we might be at the start of that development, and obviously, Doku getting the 3-week injury is a blow, right? But we've not got the hardest games in the world, right? Every game in the Premier League's hard game. Not got the hardest games in the world, but if we can add a couple players in January, and to be honest with you, I don't think the Guehi is needed in January. I just think that'd be nice planning for the centre back.
Yeah,
but I do think the winger is needed. If we can get a winger in, I look at it and think, I think we're ready to go, man. Second half of the season.
I do hear the Guehi one because
no, I get it, But I don't think like
No, it's not
it's
needed.
a necessity
Needed.
because we've got Diaz, Gvardiol, Ake, Stones who's injured, and Huzanov. We've got 5 centre backs.
Yeah.
It's not like we're sitting here going, "Oh my god, we need Mark Guehi." Yeah, but I think we do need Semenyo because Savio and Bob just ain't doing it for me right now. You know what I mean? Whereas Ake, like, yeah, all right, he's lost a bit of pace or whatever. Still pretty solid player. Stones when he plays, still solid. You know,
and Huzanov.
Yeah, we're chilling. I don't think like. But I would do the Mark Guehi signing, yeah. But I don't think you need it in terms of. I don't think it's going to like.
But it does. But I tell you what, if there was an injury to Gvardiol or Diaz, yeah, to have Guehi there just to step in,
that would be.
That would be fucking lovely. I mean, he'd have to, but
that would be class.
And the same, you're right, with Semenyo. I mean, even looking at those goal contributions, right? Because let's a player coming in January and adding with goals, yeah. Look at a prime example is Marmoush last season. Without Marmoush's goals, the back end of last season, we wouldn't have got Champions League football, right?
No, I agree, man.
And so a player coming in and adding goals, and it looks like, you know, Carabao Cup, we're going far in that. Champions League, I'm pretty confident we're gonna grow in that and probably get into the latter stages of that. So we do need a bigger squad, man. And I'm with you, bro. On the cooking thing, I feel like right now, like I keep hearing people saying, "Oh yeah, but you know, this City team still don't look like the City team of the past," right? Now, people always used to do this. Every season, people used to compare August to December City with the previous season's January to May City, right? And go, "Oh, you're not looking as good as last season." It's like, yeah, but you're talking about first half of the season versus second half of the season. Now, it seems to be a thing that with Pep, that City are always better in the second half, right? And if we're looking the way we are at the moment, and I think personally, there's a reason why we're taking, because from all accounts, I'm being told that Rodri has never been injured. Rodri's fitness is just a major issue, right? That's what I've been told, and that I've been told he's never really stepped off of the training pitch. Might have had a couple of days off, but he's never really not the training pitch. He's never really stepped off of a training regime. He's just not been training with players because it's been a massive, let's focus on your fitness, right? And I think it's got to a point maybe where Pep and the team decided, you know what, let's stop bringing him in for a game or two, his fitness and let's really work on that so that when it gets to the business end of the season, we have a Rodri we can rely on.
Well, I brought up the comments on screen yesterday. Yeah, in fact, I can bring it up now if you want me to. From Pep Guardiola, because I've been saying, yeah, I think Pep's holding Rodri back. I think Rodri's fit.
Yeah,
I think he's fit, and I think he's been fit for a couple of weeks. I think we're holding him back, right? And my evidence for this, is look, if I show you Pep Guardiola's comments on Rodri, right, and if I go back to, I think it was the 5th of December. Yeah, let me have a look here. Is it this one? These comments here, right? So if you look at these comments from the 5th of December, he says, Rodri has not suffered any setbacks in his recovery from the hamstring. He says, after what happened with previous ones and setbacks, we have to take more caution, be more safe not to do it again. It's simple, but it is not a step back. The process recovery is doing well. He started to make training on the pitch again. So hopefully in a few weeks he can start with us, right? Yeah. And then he said this. He said, I don't want Rodri to come back because I want him desperately right now because Nico G's playing well, right?
Yeah.
Madrid or the next one after 6 more weeks out, it's no sense. I want to be sure that if he comes back, he has to make a pre-season. You cannot play 90 minutes because he won't come back again. When you have injured ACL, your body's completely different, but I want him absolutely. I think he's fit, and I think he's been fit for a couple of weeks, yeah? But I just think we're doing what we did with Diaz last year or the year before. I think it was the year before.
Exactly that, bro.
And
it's one of them ones there. You have that December period, right? And then you have the FA Cup. And then after that, I can see Rodri coming back around that time. And it's almost like a new lease of life to the whole team with Rodri coming back in. But this time, knowing he's coming back in And Rodri will know it himself as well. He's coming in for a title push. So I think they're holding him back and they're taking their time and they're making sure that there's no, it's not a case of Rodri comes back in and after 3-4 games, he drops out again for a month.
This is a good point from MP, yeah, big up MP. But like, I think it's kind of one of them where you can bring Rodri back sooner to help Nico G, but that's not going to help Rodri. And if Rodri then gets injured long term, so yeah, you're correct. Yeah, short term, Nico G bad, long term, Rodri good. But if you do what you're suggesting, short term, Nico G good, but long term, Nico G bad, long term, Rodri bad. So it's one of those, we got to take some short term pain. Yeah, in that Nico G's looking very fatigued and it is risky and he might get injured. But if we can just get through another couple of weeks just with this, second half of the season, we'll be ready to go, mate. Yeah? So, listen, this is again why a lot of people, and again, this is why the Kovacic injury was so bad as well, boys. I'll be real with you, man. I can't speak about this enough, man. I think that was such an underrated or under spoke about, however you say it, like injury, man. I think he would have been such a good player just to come on and do just so we can take Nico G off with 10, 15 minutes to go. Just take him off 10, 15 minutes to go.
That is what, I don't know if I'm pretty certain Pep said it, but I certainly know I said it, you said it, Steve said it, most City fans said it, or let's say most City content creators said it, that Kova was going to play a part this season, right? And I do think that part was probably going to be when Nico G needed a rest, or maybe Nico G not needing to miss games because he's coming off in the 70th minute a lot of games and Kova's getting the last 20 minutes. And I think that injury has been a real, so far, touch wood, hasn't really impacted us yet, but it could. Like, it still could to this day because we're going into a run. I mean, I'm hoping to God that Gonzalez doesn't start against Brentford. I mean, West Ham.
Pep. Have you seen Pep Guardiola's comments?
No, I haven't yet.
I've been saying that I think we're going to fuck the game off, and Pep Guardiola's basically said we're going to fuck it off. He's saying, where is it? Look at Pep Guardiola's comments in the press conference. I think he has to do this, unfortunately. I'm gutted because I really wanted to win this competition. But this West Ham game's too important. He said, James Trafford going to play. All the players that didn't play recently are going to play, plus some that played against Crystal Palace. Of course, some academy players, because after 3 days, we have West Ham. He said, I'm not saying it's a priority. It's getting to the semi-final of the Carabao Cup, but normally when we achieve it, it's because we have a good squad, no injuries. We can rotate, team is good, but after we got to the last stages. But when you're one game away from the semi-finals in the competition, you can take it, because you never know when it's coming back, and then he basically said, what else did he say?
I think it's going to be probably a quite similar lineup to the Swansea game, to be fair.
Yeah.
Actually, no, because no Marmoush and no Aït-Nouri, but...
Yeah, I can't remember the exact thing that he said, but basically it sounded like he's going to sack it off. Well, not sack it off, but you know what I mean? Like play a heavily rotated team, which means it's going to be tricky. But the thing is,
where is it? Is it?
That's it. Yeah, we've still got good players on the pitch, but I just think that we can't afford to. I think I said it a lot. I think our players are knackered, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm watching Nico Gonzalez run around for 90 minutes every game. He's fucking knackered, bro.
And O'Reilly must be feeling it a bit as well.
The thing is, the point I'm making is, because don't get it twisted, the players that are going to be on the pitch for City are still going to be good players. But it's the chemistry, It's the chemistry. The chemistry is not going to be quite there. You know what I mean? We've seen it against Swansea. It wasn't, these are all good players on the pitch. But that's not really...
you can't change. When you make significant changes, then the chemistry is not there. And then it's kind of a bit... It's hard, I mean, Rico will definitely start. Kuzanov will probably start, to be fair, which would be nice to see him given a run out. But yeah, I think at this point, maybe a few months ago, we might have gone, you know what, we want to go hard for this one because we want to get back to winning ways and win a trophy.
I'm saying that.
Whereas now we are at a point where we're going, fucking hell, you know what, we do look quite good.
If the players were so tired, I'd full send it, but...
Yeah. And the fact that we are in a title race, we know, like, we're in a title race, and like, no matter how you look at it right now, you know, if you really deep it, bro, this weekend City could go top.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
Our goal difference is better than them lot. They've got Everton away, and I get Everton are missing pretty much their 3 creative players, but all that tells me is that David Moyes is going to play the dirtiest, stinkiest, most organised low block that you have ever seen, right? And
hopefully.
And if they do against this Arsenal team that are struggling to create things and everyone's shit scared of shooting from outside of the area, then fucking, bro, you know, a point, like Everton taking 2 points off of Arsenal really could happen. And I'm sorry, but West Ham at home for me is it's like, apart from Wolves at home, I think West Ham at home's got to be a guaranteed 3 points for me.
Well, you think so. The most annoying thing about that, is that I was watching West Ham fan TV after the Villa game, and all the guys on the chat were saying that was their best performance of the season. So they are coming into this game off the back of the best performance. Here's a question for you, right? So we agree that we need to rotate tomorrow, right? Pep Guardiola has already said, and it don't matter that he's already said it. We know, because mathematically, some of the players that played against Crystal Palace have to play on Wednesday, because we don't have enough players not to play them, unless you're literally just going to pick randoms out the academy, Let me ask you a question, Daps, No Marmouche, do you stick Haaland up top for Wednesday?
Nah, it's too risky.
I think I might do it, you know. He might be one of the only players that I actually like play on.
Send for one of the Heskies, bro.
But what about if you just tell him to stand in the penalty area? Just say to him, right, tonight, I don't want you to be doing loads of running around. I just want you to stand in the penalty area, and when you get a chance, bury it for me.
Nope. Bro, imagine, like, not chancing how I'm starting Haaland. Nah.
I just don't want to, like, fuck it off. I still want to try and win the game. You know
I hear what you're saying, but for me, I'm sending for one of the Heskey and letting Haaland have a rest, man. I've got to be honest with you. I am. Who was I thinking? I was just thinking.
This is where we
need
that. What about the Sangare geezer? We've got some PSG Sangare, man. What's he saying this season in the academy? Is he bagging goals?
Hasn't he been bagging? I swear he's been bagging.
Let me have a look. Where is he, man? Sangare.
Yeah, get Mukasa false 9. Not a bad shout.
I think that's what I think he'll play.
Not a bad shout at all. Mukasa false 9's a good shout.
Because back in the day, that's what he used to do with Parma. He used to play Parma false 9 in the Carabao Cup.
I'm playing Reinders high up the pitch.
Reinders high up the pitch.
Yep. Rico Lewis in at 8.
Yeah.
Bro, I can't lie. Calvin Phillips might get touched.
Yeah, this Sangare guy, has got 9 goals in 1,060 minutes this season.
Not bad.
He scored 3 goals in the EFL.
Bro, a man looks. Bro, he looks about 30 as well. By the way, right? Someone said bring Bunny Shaw in. Bunny Shaw will bag. Bunny Shaw he's a goal machine.
Yeah. No.
But I can't lie. It's where we are at the moment.
Yo, breaking news, bro. Got some breaking news here. Manchester City's interest in Antoine Semenyo has been driven by Pep Guardiola, who's desperate to add a winger who can provide goals from wide, an attribute he feels lacking in current options. Semenyo is calm about his future amid league interest. So another report about Semenyo to Manchester City. This is another one.
Bro, I'm telling you now, but what you said about that Leverkusen game, it's coming into is the term intuition? Is that the term, people? I'll probably use that. I butchered that probably. But what you said when you said that, you know what, Pep was putting a certain load of players out and saying, "Can I trust you?" And after that game, he's gone, "No, I can't." And I think the fact that he's fully sending, that's it, fruition. Correct. Thank you, whoever said fruition, that's it. That you look at this, he's made a decision on Bob and Savio, isn't he?
That's what I said after the Leverkusen. I felt personally after the Leverkusen game, and it's funny because I said this, and then Jack Gorn did an article on it.
Yeah,
The same thing. I personally felt, as someone that's watched City under Pep Guardiola and sort of seen how he acts, my opinion was that Leverkusen game was a challenge from Pep Guardiola to a lot of those players on the pitch, and a lot of those players on the pitch failed to deliver what he asked for.
Yeah.
And I felt at that point, Pep was like, right, I need players. And then funny, because then that night or the next day, Jack Gorn did an article and said exactly the same thing. He said, Pep Guardiola set the players a challenge. They failed. And basically, AKA, we're going to make a move in the market. And I felt that's what's happened. Do you know what I mean? Because you basically, you cannot win a league with Cherki and Doku as your only viable winger options.
Nah.
No fucking way. So if he doesn't trust Bob or Semenyo to deliver, and obviously Pep's never going to come out and slag these players off, is he? You know what I mean?
No.
But if Pep doesn't believe that they can deliver for him on a consistent basis, we're going to need to go into a transfer market, which is why I believe Bob's going to leave on loan in January, and we're going to pick up a signing, and it's looking like it's going to be Semenyo. And I'm down for it, man. And again, I'm not someone who's glazing the Semenyo, thinking he's absolutely mega, but can he provide us with goals? Yes, he can. And he's a powerful player. And I think we need a little bit more strength in our team, a little bit more physicality. I think we're still a bit of a soft touch at times.
Yeah. Look, I do think people are saying Pep rates Savio. I've heard that Pep rates Savio, right? I have heard that, For me, if you really deep it and you look at since that Leverkusen game, we've seen Savio feature. We've seen Savio come on as a sub and feature, right? We haven't seen Bob. I'm pretty certain we haven't seen Bob since that Leverkusen game. That's the last time we saw him, right? I think it will be Bob that goes, and maybe it is a case. Maybe that's a good thing for Bob. Maybe it'll be a loan for Bob, and it'll be go somewhere, get your minutes, bulk up, prove yourself, and then we'll see if there could maybe be a place for you. But Savio, I don't expect Savio to go anywhere till the summer. Maybe he will stay for a little bit longer. You just picking up on what you're saying there, on Savio. Pep, I think Pep does like Savio. Pep can like a player, but also think that the player's not ready good enough. Already.
If we go back to Foden, when Foden was breaking through, Pep
go back to Doku as well. Even Doku,
Pep obviously felt these players are good players. Palmer, good player, but were they ready for the here and now? I think he does like Savio. I think he rates Savio highly. But that doesn't mean that he thinks Savio's ready to play week in, week out to go and win us a Champions League and a Premier League. He might think, Savio's a good player and I can work with this guy. In a couple of years, he's going to be a top player. But guess what? I need players to win me trophies now. Otherwise, you just...
Well, where we are, let's just think again where we are right now, right? I think at the start of the season, I said I'm not really... I need to see 10 games before I give are we in a title race? Aren't we in a title race? Is Pep going to be the right man to carry us forward or not? And all right, we've seen that. And I think we would all generally agree that I know there are still some people that maybe question Pep, but I think most of us would agree we are in a title race. But then look at, there's been in a title race and there's really been in a title race. And I'll go back to what I think it was Lewis said on another show, right? That this could be one of, we're in a really good position. Like I said, on Christmas Day, we could be top of the Premier League, right? We're often 5-6 points behind at this time of the season. So we're in a really, really strong position. And I think Pep's probably just looked at that and said, maybe fast forward some plans from the summer to January, because we can really this rebuild doesn't need to be a 2-3 year thing. This rebuild can be a literally a season. Well, a year.
Yeah. No, I hear it, man. I hear it, bro.
But because I was really being pushed on Monday, right, by Wolfie he was kind of saying to me, Daps, have a bit more chest, because I'm not fully saying we're winning the league this season. And I'm kind of a bit like, bro, because I feel like we're a bit more chilled, innit? Whereas Arsenal fans seem so, we're winning the league, we must tell everyone we're going to win the league, right? I think we're a bit more chilled, like, if we don't win the league this season, like, is what it is. We know we're coming back, and we will say it when we've been in too many title races. I think you can't mock Arsenal for being too giddy and then be giddy yourself. I think we're in a very, very good position, but
I think we're in a very healthy position as a football club right now. I do think we need some recruits in January.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of natural, because if I think back to what I was saying at the end of the transfer window, when we was talking about that rating the transfer window and that, I was very happy with our transfer window. But what I said was, I felt like we just needed one or two more. So if we get those one or two more players in January, I think we're ready to kick on. Yeah, I think we're in a very sort of good position as a football club right now. Yeah, I'm starting to see signs of material improvements all over the pitch. Our defense as a back four, is playing really well. Nico G's really settled into the team. Okay, he looks really fatigued, and we need to sort that out. Rodri's on the way back in the next week or two. I think you're going to start to see him be integrated into the side. Cherky's really blossoming at the moment. Foden looks like he's got his mojo back.
Foden looks
Karl
phenomenal.
Scoring goals for fun. Doku gutted about the injury, but he's looked like he was cooking on Prima Gasolina. Yeah, all we need to do is just bolster that attack a little bit with the signing of Semenyo. Yeah, maybe pick up a defender if Ake leaves. Yeah, and I think we're ready to go second half of the season and really push on. I see no reasons here now. If we get Semenyo and someone said to me, LB, why can't City win the league? I'm struggling to find an answer.
I can't lie at the moment. This is where, but you know what? And when people say maybe I should have a bit more chest, because when I sit here and I look at how we're performing at the moment, and question marks, I think one of the things as well is, like, it's who you're in a title race up against. And I think there's a lot of question marks about Arsenal right now. Like, there's a lot of, I mean, even down to their captain, like, and the desire of their captain. I'm really not having Odegaard as a captain, you know. I think he's
in my opinion, it should be Declan Rice.
Or Gabriel, one of them two.
Yeah, Gabriel, I'd have it as Declan Rice personally. Yeah. But I agree. But you know what it is, I just think they don't like making the sort of changes.
And the whole thing of shooting up, like, because we are a team, that we have seen the pass left, pass right, pass left, pass right shit. We've seen it, right? It's frustrated the shit out of us before. And I can think of games. I mean, if I think of that Leicester game, right, where we were passing the ball left, right, left, right, left, right, and then Vinny just put it top bins, right? And there was something about the Sunderland game when Diaz put it top bins, that I thought, oh, I like that, because I was starting to think, it's going to be one of those games where we're going to struggle to break this team down. We got Foden now, who's more than happy to have a shot from outside the area. It's almost like Cherky's not bothered about having a shot, because he's just more than happy to he knows, like, you see that goal, that Foden goal against Palace at the weekend, right? Cherky could have gone down for a free kick there. But he knew, a bit like Aguero could have gone down for that penalty, right? But Aguero knew, I'm a confident bastard.
I often think about that moment. I think if he went down and got a penalty, that the penalty would have probably been in like the 95th, 96th minute, because everyone's got to get up, everyone's got to get out of the box, the referee's got to chat to everyone, blah, 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 blah. So you're probably talking about a 95th, 96th minute penalty to win you the league. Bro, I don't know, bro. That's mad. Imagine that.
Yeah, bro, F that. With our history of penalties, and I know back then maybe our history wasn't there, but I also think when you go down, you're not backing it kind of straight away by going down for a penalty when you could have stayed on your feet. You've already, to me, kind of said, oh, he's not that confident in his ability, right? But Aguero knew, nah. I don't need to go down. I can bang this, right? That's backing yourself. Now, I think the same with Cherky. Cherky could have gone down the other day, but it shows how much confidence he has in Foden in that area. That he thought, nah. I don't need to go down and get a free kick. If I can get my toe on this and prod this onto Foden, then Mr. Satnav is putting it in one of the bottom corners.
No, I agree. I think this Cherky Foden thing, bro, I think it could be special, man.
Yeah, bro.
We're only 4 or 5 months into the season, and I'm looking at this thinking, I think this could be a really special sort of relationship on the pitch. I think Foden, right? as I think Foden was always gonna get back on a level this year. But I think Foden has got sort of like rejuvenated by this Cherky signing, because Cherky is giving Foden the ball where he wants it, because he can pass the ball. And this is what I was saying about last season. And I know I'm not trying to cook the players that was in the team last year, but like fundamentally, the players that we had in midfield last year couldn't give Foden the ball where he needed
Steve
it.
said it. He said,
I've heard Steve talk about this, and I
yeah.
think it's true.
Getting
And
the
I'm
ball
not
to
trying to like,
Foden
cook
quick.
the players, I'm just talking facts.
And that's where I kind of think, bro, because I said earlier on that, you know, I'm all here for a Nico Gonzalez Glaze, and I'm not knocking him, but I do think at times he dwells on the ball still, he's getting better, but sometimes he can dwell on the ball a little bit too long. You get that to Rodri. Rodri's going to be finding Foden and Cherky in these pockets. And this is a thing now that it's leaving space. We're getting back to a team where there's more threats all over the pitch. That's leaving space for other players. It's leaving space for other players to...
I agree Foden wasn't great at the weekend, bro. I'm talking about the whole season, mate. Yeah? I agree he wasn't great at the weekend. Yeah, I said when he got man of the match, I thought that was a madness. But...
Yeah, I thought that was a bit mad, you know. Sorry, one last glaze before we go. Sorry, chat. You're going to hate me for this.
Who are we glazing?
Who are the chat going to hate me for glazing? I'll write back.
Oh, yeah, you want to do a little Nunes glaze?
Bro, Nunes had a good week, innit?
Bro, Nunes, man, listen, this guy, what a ball. His crossing's crazy. Bro. You know what's mad in the watch-along, bro? I said in the watch-along, the only way I can see us scoring at the moment is via Nunes, bro, because he was the only player in the pitch that was getting space. That cross was unbelievable.
And he unbelievable. Do you know what? The mad thing is, Cass did something similar. We're watching the game, right? And Cass goes, Haaland's, I think we'd had a chance just before, and Haaland hadn't really moved much. And he said, Haaland's really not moving about too much. He's not finding space. And then Cass goes, he seems to be trying to stay round the back post. And literally 10 seconds later, Nunes put a ball into Haaland. And I will say, Haaland's heading's improving, bro. The way he got up and got full power, because if he didn't get power into that header, he wouldn't have beat the keeper. And it was just, it's the type of header that you get taught at school, innit? If the ball comes across from one side, head it back across the goal, same direction it came from and into the ground. And I just think Nunes, for me, is getting to the point where I know Nunes isn't a right back, but I feel like, and that's the other thing. We're talking about Foden and Cherky's relationship, yeah? Well, people need to speak a bit more about Nunes and Cherky's relationship as well, because they seem to be working very well down that right-hand side. So I think...
Nah, big up Nunes, man. He's fucking holding it down. He's holding it down, man.
He is 100%. And I do get, look, I still think we need a right-back. I still think that there are some type of games where, do you know what, you just need a proper fucking right back, yeah? But if we're going to play with this, and maybe with Semenyo, maybe a little bit more, you'd play with a proper right back. But I think with Cherky on the right-hand side, you kind of need Nunes getting down the wing a bit. So,
no, I agree. I think he's been great this season. He's cut out the mistakes. And he has everything that he needs to be a top-class elite level right back. He's got pace, he's got strength, he's tackling. And the main thing is, he's using his fucking brain and not being a bozo, which he was doing last year. And now, like, bro, I ain't dropping him. And the biggest thing for me, to like prove, that he's really has improved is that Real Madrid game 6 weeks ago, when we were speaking about that Real Madrid game, like, you know, talking about it coming up, everybody pretty much in the chat, me included, was saying, Huzanov at right back. Yeah. Ain't no way we're playing Nunes against Vinny Jr. at the Bernabeu. Everybody was agreeing with 90% of people said that, yeah? When we did the match preview for the Real Madrid game, we'd all changed our minds. We was all saying, nah, Nunes can play right back. Why? Because he built the confidence. I had confidence in him. The chat had confidence. And Pep had confidence in him.
Yeah, Pep's got confidence.
Now, that obviously causes a problem for Huzanov, because that means the guy can't get no minutes, but he's just got to fight for his position. Yeah, that's how it is. So
I know we all love Kuzanov. We all do love Kuzanov, but the noise on Kuzanov, because it's a bit like the Ruben Diaz one. the best way for players to quieten down the noise online about them is to just play well, right? And Ruben Diaz has done it, and to be fair, I think Nunes is doing it as well. Yeah, just had to give him a little glaze. Him and, of course, O'Reilly as well on the left. I think O'Reilly and the one thing I'd say on O'Reilly and Nunes is, let's be honest with ourselves. I'm not talking about this season. I'm talking about probably since around February, March time last season. O'Reilly and Nunes have both been good.
Yeah. No. O'Reilly's just different gravy.
Yeah,
you see that stat that come out the other day that said he's been the fastest player in the Premier League?
Really? But I love the way he uses his strength, man. The guy's clever as fuck as well, bro. The guy knows not to. I love how he doesn't go to ground, right? He knows, nah. If you just stay on your feet, you will get a chance to put in a proper interception, a proper tackle. He doesn't go to ground. And I love the way he uses his strength. He knows he's strong and he uses it to his advantage.
Oh, apparently it was fastest City player, not fastest Premier League player. But still, that's still pretty quick, isn't it?
Yeah. Proper. Yeah. Bro, he's at the moment, I mean, off the top of my head, O'Reilly right now has to be in for a shout for Young Player of the Season.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I mean, the thing is, probably not there. He's Chirk. He's probably Chirky in that bracket.
Yeah, probably would be. I think so, yeah. So Chirky would be in the bracket,
It's got to be up there, man. 100%. You know what I mean?
But, I'm trying to think of other young players that bro, this Estavio hype. Drop me out, bro. I'm sorry.
You don't rate Estavio?
No. Oh, right. Do I rate him? Yes. Do I rate him to the point where he's being mentioned in fucking Yamal conversations? No.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree.
Like, bro, he's a good player, but for me, he's not been as consistent as O'Reilly this season.
Nah. No way. But I do rate him, though.
Bro. Maybe that was a bit for me to say drop me out. Unfortunately, the problem is Chelsea fans have put him on this bracket. Like, they put him up here, yeah, where they want to talk about Yamal. Look, I watched Yamal once and I can go, yeah, I know what everyone's talking about. Bro, I don't watch every Chelsea game, but I should be able to watch this player any game. If you're putting him on a fucking Yamal conversation, I should be able to watch any game and go, yeah, this guy's unreal. Bro, I watched the Chelsea v Arsenal game. This guy is not unreal. Not in that game.
He's inconsistent for a young player.
But yeah, he's young, but he's young, but bro, at the moment, if we're talking consistency, O'Reilly's a lot clearer than him, consistency-wise, performance-wise.
Yeah, well, O'Reilly's going to be England's left back, isn't
he? Yeah, for me, it's a no-brainer at this point, bro. Look, I actually think that Lewis Skelly's a good player, but we know that Tuchel is all about game time. And if we're being real with ourselves, like Lewis Skelly is not getting much game time, whereas there's definitely an argument that, in fact, I'd probably say more than an argument that O'Reilly has been as good as Arsenal's number one left back this season.
I think there's an argument that he's been the best left back in the league.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah,
Cucurella's got to be up there, to be fair.
Yeah, I like Cucurella. Well,
I think he's in the conversation for sure. I mean, what's he done wrong? He's literally not put a foot wrong all season.
No.
He's not put a foot wrong all season. So he's got to be up there.
Oh, I hate to say it as well. The one time that he got dropped or maybe rested, we fucking lost. Against Villa. So, yeah, I hear what you're saying, Bo. For me...
Did he left back against Brighton and Tottenham? I don't think he did he?
No, we brought him on as a midfielder. He came on as a fucking midfielder in those two games. He didn't come on as a left back. Yeah.
So the three out of 4 games. Did he start against Newcastle at left back?
He might have, yeah.
At St James's? I think he did,
he might have. Yeah, he might have.
Look, 3 out of our 4 losses this season, he didn't start.
Yeah. Yeah, that's mad when you look at it like that.
Yeah, well, mad.
Oh, that's mad, yeah.
That's true. Right, let's get out of here. I'm going to do super chats before we go. Shout out LB says, both of West Ham's fullbacks gone to AFCON. That's good because that Mama Diouf guy,
mint.
Yeah, he's a baller. I do like him, man. He's a very powerful player. So, yeah, that's decent. That's decent that they've gone.
Do you know what? I just think quickly, if we look West Ham, Sunderland, Forest, I don't know if I've said that in the right order. Sunderland, Forest, I can't remember which one comes first. But these are 3 games that for me, like, so people are saying, oh, West Ham is an important game. I can't lie. West Ham at home for me, it's like if we can't beat West Ham at home, do we deserve to be in the title race? I don't know, right? But Sunderland and Forest away are two games I see very similar to that Crystal Palace game. That they're tough away games, right?
Yeah,
but if you want to win the league, they're the type of tough away games that you go and just do the business at.
Exactly. You just got to go and get the win.
Yeah.
You just got to go and shit out the win somehow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, listen, when you go at these places, yeah, obviously you want to put nice performances. Obviously you want to play well. Obviously you want to score a load of goals. Obviously you want to keep a clean sheet. Yeah, but you've got to just go and win the game and get the 3 points. It's the home games that you need to be like really putting it on the opposition. Do you know what I mean?
Sorry, I've just seen a couple of people in the chat keep mentioning Greenwood, right? There is no way that Manchester City ever signed Greenwood. Like Manchester City's female team is very important to the organisation.
He's in England. He's never come back to England.
And of anyone, like, there's no way that Manchester City, a club that are trying to avoid any negative press, and really do appreciate the women's team and the women's side of football, there's no way Greenwood is coming anywhere near this club.
Oh, we heard the tapes, mate.
Yeah.
That's just a fact.
And it's undeniable. The guy is a quality footballer, right? But there's not a chance in hell that guy's coming anywhere near our club. No way.
Bro, we heard the tapes, man.
Yeah.
We heard the tapes. Big up to Adam, says, you reckon Goretzka can be the silver replacement? I fucking hate this footballer. I hate him. Not hate him, yeah. Don't like him as a footballer. You see, probably a nice guy. I don't like him as a footballer. Don't like him, bro.
like me on Savio, that.
I just don't like him. You know, sometimes when you just don't like a player, I don't like him. Yeah, I'd much rather go and get Fabian Ruiz from PSG. I love Fabian Ruiz. He's only got 1 year left of his contract, by the way.
Ruiz.
You're saying to me, you go to Fabian Ruiz, who's 29 years old, he's got 1 year left of his deal, and you say to him, listen, mate, you're Spanish. Yeah, you've won everything with PSG. Come and play for Pep Guardiola for the last 4 years of your contract. You're telling me a Spanish guy don't want to play for Pep last 4 years of his deal. Go and get him in, man. And he'd probably be cheap because he's got 1 year left of his contract.
Bro, do you know what? I said, I don't know if it was last week with you or the show with someone else. Yeah, bro.
Ruiz, bro.
But yeah, because, bro, I'm interested to see, because Gonzalez hasn't had an international call-up yet, has he?
I don't think he has. No, I don't think he's played for him. Has he? Let me just check real quick.
Maybe after the World Cup, you might start seeing it.
Has he played a single
game?
I
mean, fuck me, that midfield's stacked.
No, he's never played once for them.
Yeah. Has he played?
Surely he's getting picked though now, mate. Yeah.
I think after bro, if not before the World Cup, I think maybe after the World Cup, you've got to be. Look, they are stacked as well. But look, just on Fabian Ruiz, I think any PSG players, I personally think are obtainable because they've won it. They've won everything they can over there. They've won everything they can at that club. So I think that, bro, for me, I'd love Vitinha. Vitinha would be fucking, bro.
Vitinha, mate.
Bro,
I can't remember this guy at Wolves.
Nah,
people telling me he played for Wolves, bro. And I was like, what? Bro, I never remember this guy at Wolves. Like, who's seen this guy at Wolves, man? Did Wolves fans see this guy at Wolves? I never seen Wolves fans raving about this guy. Did he just do like okay at Wolves?
Neves, bro, this is mad. This PSG team is mad, but
but João Neves was balling out. I did a watch along, because we were linked with him. I did a watch along of Benfica, Europa League, and I watched that João Neves, on second channel, more LB, and he balled out in the 6 on his own. But everyone was saying it was 100 mil, and I was like, we're not going to pay 100 mil. And then he went for 60 mil, and I was like, wow, 60 mil, bro.
Bro, Vitinha for me,
all over that deal,
bro.
Man.
The other one, I mean, PSG with Vitinha. The other one is the I can't pronounce his name, but they're Georgian winger. We went in
Maradona.
for
Kvaradona.
Yeah. Oh, bro, can you imagine us with him?
Bro, there's so many. Liverpool should have gone and got him. City should have got him. Arsenal should have got him. But all of us should have just gone and got him, and he went to PSG for 60. 60.
No, we should have just gone. We should have just gone to him and said, "Georgie King Clancy, what are you saying, bro?"
Yeah.
Like, I'm still shocked we didn't go and try for him, man. Because fucking hell, him on the wing for City with Haaland. Bro, Cherky and Foden, fucking hell. We would be absolutely cooking. Sorry, one last thing before we go. I know you want to go, LB. Just really quickly, yeah?
Ahora sí va, en serio. Ahora es seguro. Tic-tac, tic-tac, tic-tac.
Fucking, can we all just laugh at Arsenal fans and the way they're trying their best to fucking, like, talk like Gyökeres is doing anything at all?
It's called gaslighting.
Bro, it's mental, yeah? They're trying to act like, we all know, we've listened to them man go on about they need a fucking 9, right? We've listened to them man talk about that shit for so fucking long, right? They've gone and got a 9, and now they're trying to go, oh no, but you know, he's creating space for other players. Fuck off. That's
what it's called. It's called gaslighting, bro. It's when you're trying to tell us something, yeah, that's fake news. Yeah, that's what they told us all season. All summer, they told us we're buying a striker to score goals. We're buying a striker, we score goals, blah, 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 blah. And then because he's not scoring goals, they don't want to say, oh, shit, we got a problem here. They're going, oh, but boy, he holds the ball up well. Oh, he runs the channels well. Isn't that what Havertz did that you didn't like?
Yeah, bro, let's be real. That's what Gabriel Jesus does amazingly. Gabriel Jesus is quality at creating space for other players. Yeah, I know he's injury prone, but there's this whole thing of, oh, and the other one is, you know, maybe we come up against a low block and, bro, I don't care. Like, you're talking to a team, yeah, that fucking come up against low blocks week in, week out. And Erling Haaland came in his first season, and that's what elite forwards do. They find little moments of space and then take advantage of it. So, yeah, Gyökeres for me is a complete and utter flop, man. I can't lie. He's a massive, massive flop. Him and Isaac right now are two of the flops of the season.
At this moment in time, he's scored in 3 Premier League games out of 13 or 14. That's shit, bro. And the teams he scored against, Leeds, Burnley, Forest.
Yeah.
All 3 teams are bottom 5 of the league, man. Yeah. So, yeah, anyway. We'll leave it there, man. I need to get off. Listen, big up to you guys. Yeah, smash up these likes before you go. Make sure you subscribe to Never a Foul. We had a South Stand. I'll be back on. You'll be on with Daps on Friday, and we're on this channel every Tuesday, man. I should be doing a watch along. I might do a watch along time. I'm not sure, not decided yet, but I'm going to message Bevel, I'm going to message Jay, I'm going to message Poopy, see if they're about tonight because they weren't on the panel show. But yeah, smash the likes up. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, people.
Love.